Hello and welcome to Convos with Clenergy. My name is Lee Constable. I'm hosting this episode on behalf of Clenergy, and I'm really looking forward to interviewing our guest today. We will be talking about the next frontier, which is the Malaysian solar industry. So my guest today is John Hng, who is the Regional Head of Business Development ASEAN, and he's part of JJLAPP Group. So welcome to the screen, John. Hi.
Hi, Lee.
It's great to have you here. You're speaking from Malaysia right now.
That's
So
right.
first of all, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to everyone and let everyone know what it is that you do.
Hi everyone. My name is John. Just call me John Hng. So I'm the Regional Head of Business Development for JJLAPP Group and handling ASEAN region. So I'm based in Malaysia and I'm taking care of the major market segments such as the renewable energy, industrial automation, and building automation.
Yeah, so that's a huge job. And obviously, there's a huge region that you're kind of a part of. And we wanted to talk today about the Malaysian solar industry. So, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to tell us a little bit more about the Malaysian Photovoltaic Association and your role in that.
Sure. Um, okay. In short, we call the association as MPIA, which stands for Malaysian Photovoltaic Industry Association. And it started off more than 10 years ago, which I was one of the pioneer in the association that is holding the position of as a secretary for 6 years in a row. Then that was far back in 2010. Then moving forward, I will be the president selected or elected EXCO member. And being one of the solar industry stakeholders, we are here to contribute in terms of our solutions, know-how, our networks, and our time, to grow the local solar industry. So this is what we are going to do here. And far back in 2010, we have invited the master trainer from Australia, Jeff. He came to Malaysia to train us in terms of how to learn and pick up the skill sets of doing a good design and solar system installation. And then from then onwards, MPIA has took over the role to organize this training to the industry players, such as the EPC companies, the subcontractor, or the main developer. So we organize network sessions, roadshows, industrial trainings, and then this is where we promote our member services to the local industries. Yeah.
So there are lots of different roles that the association is fulfilling, not just representing the various different stakeholders within the solar industry in the region, but also kind of helping them communicate with each other. And then also that other role, which is all about trying to actually bring about skills and make sure things are regulated for safety and competence and things like that. So could you explain who all the different stakeholders are in the industry that you have started to work with to get this association and the communication happening?
Okay. We actually cover or we work with all stakeholders, put it this way. In the association's member list, we have members from the manufacturer, the solar panel manufacturers, the inverters manufacturers, the mounting solutions manufacturers, and then to the players like developers, investors, EPC companies, subcontractors. So it shows all kinds of players are in the association. It is not just one or two stakeholders that is representing the whole industry. We need a lot of voices to be gathered and to be heard by the local authority.
And when you're thinking about where you've come so far, so you said it was 2010 that things really started rolling. Um, what stage are you at now, and what are the big things that you want to achieve with the association in the next few years?
Well, we have finished our government programs such as the feed-in tariff that was 10 years ago, and it is now in net metering, LSS, which is stand for the large-scale solar system, in terms of megawatts, hundreds of megawatts installations. So we have an objective to help the industry, to be successful. And moving forward, this is a ongoing thing which we will continuously promoting the right practice, the right way to do or design a solar system, especially when you're dealing with high voltage, high current, mega scale solar system. And moving forward, we would just like to have all these promoted in a consistent manner to all the stakeholders so that they are part of the Malaysia solar industry.
So, what are some of the main challenges in the region? Obviously you're kind of partnering and talking to different organisations and companies like Clenergy in different places like Australia. Why do you think there are particular challenges or even opportunities in your region when it comes to the solar industry?
This is a very good question. You see, no matter where you go, especially when it comes to ASEAN, this developing region, there are some players that they are looking for quick monies. They have chose to let go to design a quality system, a sustainable quality system, while they go for price. So when it comes to that, it means quality and sustainable of the systems, the sustainability of the systems is not the priority of the whole design. And due to that, the main challenging part of this whole thing is that the end customer may not be able to enjoy a sustainable system at the end of the day, because when price is the only factor, there is no way you can focus on quality and sustainability, and ended up the system is being designed and built according to what is cheaper to be used.
Yeah, so obviously having that kind of motivation that is solely about money can prevent motivations to do with health and safety, as well as, environmental sustainability, which of course relates to health and safety. What sort of things need to change, or what sort of things does the association want to change? Is it a matter of better policies from governments, or is it a matter of better skill sets for the industry, or is it a bit of everything?
To me personally, I look at it this way. I would say it started off with each and every one of us. I am a person that believes in practical and technical training. It means educating the industry from a very beginning stage, whereby we will conduct industrial training for solar system design and installation. And this is where I am a strong believer and supporter on this part, that we also promote this training to not just to Malaysia, but we also brought this training out of Malaysia. And we have conducted such training in countries like Vietnam, which they are now booming in the solar industry. We have conducted some sessions right before the pandemic, but unfortunately, all this thing has to be put on hold due to the current situation. So I think educating the industry from the beginning of the stage is very important. so that the industry players, they have the understanding of what has to be done in the right way from the beginning.
And I think, are you seeing that there are a lot more pressures in a positive way on the industry to diversify their skill set and to kind of meet these standards and skills that you're providing through the association? Have you seen this, like, from a global perspective, kind of showing up in your region?
Yes, yes. Personally, I see this is growing, and there are many demands, and in fact, I would say requests coming from the different countries, to look out for a training that is beneficial for their industry. For instance, when I talked to the solar industry in Vietnam, that was about 2 years plus ago. They have expressed their great interest in this, and they even make a trip to fly down to Malaysia to meet up with the MPIA, the committee members, to discuss how they can learn from Malaysia in terms of the best case practice, laying down SOPs, policies making, and what is next after feed-in tariff, because Malaysia has gone through all these sessions from feed-in tariff to net energy metering to LSS, all these things. So they would like to learn from Malaysia and bring all this information back to their local country to share with their local government authorities. So this is where we can learn from each other.
Yeah, so it's clear that you're doing a lot of international collaboration with different partners and learning from other associations. What would you say to anyone who might be a stakeholder listening who's not currently involved? Who are you welcoming into the association to join as a member and become part of what you're doing?
Yes, yes. I would strongly encourage them to be part of the MPIA members, make the solar industry voice stronger and be heard by the local authority. Well, just start registering with us as a member and getting involved, and then contribute their ideas, sharing experience, and not forgetting to share the best case practice. So just encourage each and everyone in the solar industry stakeholders to join us, participate in the events and as well as the trainings. Yeah.
And does that include everything from kind of manufacture to installation? Do organizations have to already be part of the solar industry, or can they be kind of looking to include that in their work?
Mm, I would say yes, the later part has to be included in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So if you are watching or listening, as the case may be, and particularly if you're in the Asia Pacific region, working in solar industry from any part of the process, any type of stakeholder, you've got an invitation at the moment from John Hng from JJLAPP in Malaysia, who is helping to spearhead this association. I just wanted to give you an opportunity, John, to let us know what you kind of wished people in the region and in the industry knew was possible, and what you kind of wished that more people would be putting their hand up, and more organisations and stakeholders putting their hand up for, that you can offer.
Well, to me, as I've mentioned, I just wish that everyone can be part of this as a member, be active, because we cannot do this thing by ourselves. We need voices gathered together to channel it to the local government authorities, and we as the association, we are actually acting as a bridge to bridge up the local authorities and as well as the private industry. So this is where we are actively playing this role in order to be relevant to the industry.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that solar manufacturers, construction, procurement, engineering, and installation companies are not just needing associations in this changing climate, economic climate, as well as literally changing climate. they're needing new skills, but also new ways of working together and learning from each other. And then having that added benefit of advocacy is important when it comes to local authorities. But I know you also work with media and the public. What sort of role can an association like yours play when it comes to kind of advocating with those other members, I suppose, of the public, or people like the media who communicate to the public?
Well, you see, the media side, normally they are at the secondary stage to promote or to channel out the news. The information will actually coming from us, being the industry players. That is day in, day out, we are involved in this solar industry. So we are sharing our information in terms of what are the challenges in the solar industry, what are the things that we like to propose to the government or the local authority in terms of what best practice has been done or that we have received from the industry to be shared among the rest of the stakeholders. So we will share all this information with the medias, and hopefully with this arm, we call it the arm, to channel our information, our voices to be heard by the government authorities.
John, thank you so much for coming onto the show today. It's been great to represent Clenergy in interviewing you, and I know that has been obviously a very fruitful partnership between Clenergy and yourself and the Industry Association. I just wanted to say to anyone who's been watching this Convos with Clenergy to reach out to John and reach out to the Industry Association to find out more about not just Malaysia, but also the wider Asia Pacific region and what can happen there to work together for a better industry. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Lee.